I'm Demon's Own, this is Gamer's Oasis. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so you can see here, stuff looks pretty much the same around me for the most part. A lot of stuff has moved, done a lot of work at the house, but taking a little bit of a break to do some Easter Mayhem. I talked about it last year about the fact that I was going to go ahead and do Mayhem again this year. So I want to talk real quickly, but first let me get into where my character is. So some of the goals I had was to have certain skills at a certain point and to have a certain type of gun I was going to be using, and I have reached some of those, but I have not reached all of those at this point in time. You can see Viscerator stuff going by. You know Easter Mayhem has started. But let me go ahead and get into some of my combat skills. So my laser sniper is at 27. My laser damage is 26. So those are pretty good. There has been some real focus on trying to get the damage up. If you remember, I was wanting to get those to a 34. There's a level 29 gun that does basically the same damage as an AR-20, being about 4 levels higher than the AR-20. That would allow me to do it being level 34. Would allow me to do that gun versus the AR-20. That gun is way cheaper than the AR-20. I've actually had some thoughts about that because it is not one of these AR guns. I'm kind of wondering if that's true. If you remember the Bria PA3, I think it was, or P3A, it had a tremendous amount of decay every time it shot. So while it might be a cheaper gun and the markup might not be as much, it would be an interesting line of thought if I were to have that type of decay on a weapon in there. I'd be going through a lot more weapons a lot faster. But if that's TT value, the more TT you put in, the more TT you get back. It's a little bit more gambling, but it might be very beneficial. So I don't know. But anyways, let's get into this real quick a little farther. Pistol is 20 now, so it's starting to get up to where I can use LP 15s, which are pretty nice. I want to get into my let's get into resource gallery so you can look at this. I wanted to have robot looter 10. I basically did not go up any robot looter from the time from the end of Easter Mayhem last year. That was just not something I could even focus on. I did get ammo looter up, but that's because I've been shooting a whole lot of MOCODs, which you'll see coming up with the next season of crafting. So robot looter definitely fell behind. I expect they'll get slightly better returns, but not anything significant, even if I had 5 more points of that skill. A lot of people like to say they want to have 100. Well, I think it's a pretty lofty goal, but I can certainly see how 100 would be very nice. Okay, you can see my paramedic is up to 9. That is plenty enough paramedic skills for what I've been trying to do. I would like to get a little higher so that I can get to the next item, but frankly, paramedic 9, 10 was right where I wanted to be. Armor. Let's get in a little bit into armor. I have gained my ghost footwear. I've not actually connected it to my white suit, as I'm calling it, as you can see there on the left. I still have my hunter gloves. I now have a ghost face mask, and I have ghost thighs. The sleeves and shins are still Atlas, and the gloves, of course, are the Hunter Mentor suit. I have a guy, the same guy who sponsored me last year for this, is talking about lending me the missing pieces I have so that I might be able to have a complete suit of ghost armor. Now, taking that into consideration with my come over here with these plates. Refresh it real quick here. Gives me electric and gives me impact, which are both very good to have, especially the electric in the Mayhem. So this is going to go very well with what I'm already using. And I've got 7 of these. Now these do not have a huge amount of TT value to them, so they're going to burn out pretty quick. They're not very long lasting ones. I think these are about the cheapest ones you could possibly get for this role, but it was what I could afford at the time, especially being free to play at that point in time. I still have my 7 armor defense enhancers, which I haven't decided to use yet. I don't know how that's going to work. You have to have sort of tiered armor for that. So let's go ahead and get into weapons now. I have all my weapons from last year that I could do things with, and some extenders and whatnot, which I'm not going to do anything with right now, but there are some things I could do. The big thing is, though, I have 6 AR-20s, as you can see here. 6 AR-20s is going to be perfect. If you look at my, well, you saw my skills earlier, 26, 27, all falls kind of in that category. 25 being the cap for that. Let me go ahead and bring this up. So the cap is, the learning period is 20 to 25. Now, I have some scopes and some lasers. That'll bring it up by 4.3. The goal is to be above 29.3. And then I'll take off these things for a little bit, at least until I get to LR25s, which probably won't happen this Mayhem, to be honest. But let me go ahead and talk about my scopes. I'm going to leave this up. Alright, so my scopes and my lasers. I have 2 bullseye 8s, and I have a long reach 4. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the, save this, slide this over. Bullseye 8, efficiency 82, increases your learning period essentially. They call it advanced skill bonus of 1.7, and the skill modifiers by 24%. So whenever you have a 24% more chance of either learning a skill or you learn 24% more skill. I haven't done the test to really see which one of that is which, but I have 2 of those. So really consider that to be like 3.4 and 48%. Then I have this long reach scope. Scope here is also 82%, so I'm going to have 3 things at 82% efficiency. Should raise the efficiency up by just a little bit. Efficiency is already pretty high for the LR Matrix series. And it has a skill modifier of 0.9. I said that a little wrong. It will drop me to 4.3, or raise me to 4.3. Gives me additional 15% skill. So we're going to be in the 60% skill modifier, and we're going to go up to 4.3. Go ahead and equip this top one up here. It's not the one I actually have highlighted. And you can see here, I go from 63.2 to 63.7. So now a huge amount of increase. I do have my learning period increased by 4.3, taking me to 29.3, which means that while I'm in my 29.3, I get more bonus to skills and this type of stuff. Then I have my skill modifier, which is up by 63%, which is all pretty awesome. And of course, I am maxed out in this weapon, so I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be hitting well, I'm going to be going well in the other. Now, one of the things I want to show you on this too, if you're in detach enchantments. So the bullseyes have 130 ped in each one that is maximum. I'm interested to see what the decay is for these and what my total decay is. So I'm going to do a couple tests. I'm going to do a test to see how long fully recouped items like this are going to be. So 95 ped, 130 ped, 130 ped. How many shots will it last before it runs out, type of thing. Not exactly counting the shots. I could figure that out mathematically, because every time a shot is fired, it's automatic. A certain amount. It doesn't change that amount. But what it's going to allow me to do is it's going to allow me to see, okay, I'm going to get a certain amount of ped. In this case, I'm going to get 500 ped. get this up real quick so I can actually put that weapon up. So now you can see that. Whoops, too far. And that's what it looks like. Alright, so I'm going to have 130 PED in both the lasers, and I'm going to have 95 PED in the scope. So that is going to be a certain amount of decay. I'm going to go ahead and have so much in PED, in this case 500. I'm going to have 6 maxed out brand new AR-20s. So now the question is, how long does this last? How long does this go? Will I have weapons left? Because I'm basically going to get into this recycle, and every time I recycle all my ammunition, turn my shrapnel into ammo, I'm going to keep track of that. And basically, I'm going to see how long 500 PED of actual PED would last in a Mayhem scenario. And I kind of want to do this test every year. 6 of whatever gun, 500 PED, see what happens. Here we go. And that's kind of like the test I want to do. Then I can kind of compare that to maybe fighting them outside of the Mayhem, maybe fighting them over here. Because these creatures do exist outside Mayhem. I just don't know how they do. But anyways, let me go ahead and get back into this. I don't know what this is going to look like in game. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up outside here. And I've already logged in to make sure I can do this. But I want to go ahead and get 500 PED, which is 2 of the 20 USD starter refill packs and 2 of the small, the large, 2 of the large and 2 of the small. So that's 2 $5 and 2 $20, which is $50. So I'm going to click on one of the largest real quick. Okay, oh, it adds to the cart. That's a nice feature. So I can go ahead and do this all at once, if I understand this right. Okay, so I look here, I scrolled up. It shows me with a total of 50 USD dollars. We're going to proceed to checkout. Okay, forget something, question mark, continue shopping. Okay. Choose my payment. We're going to use this card here. Obviously I had to deposit some money to get my stuff up because I can't afford that. Put that in there. Okay. How does this appear? Not there. Oh, we're seeing that. Yay, there we go. Okay, it worked. Nice. Wow. Okay. Now what's interesting to me about this is you get the full amount. They don't take anything from it, and you actually get bonus stuff. I don't think there's a better way of doing this, because down here I should have my pills, which are spectacular. I have now 12 neurobotic booster A5 1 milligram. So this is very similar to this one, which is an A5 5 milligram. This one is a boost that lasts for 5 hours. You know, remember I had 2 of these last time. I completed that series. I'm going to be posting that. So I now have this with these 12. I got my Mayhem tokens. We need that. Got an Easter egg, which gives you a bunch of stuff. Increases great chance. I might save that if I do the defense round. Alright, let me too much other stuff. Alright. Now, I'm going to make one other purchase. Go back to web store. But this purchase may not be something you see. Where is this at? Okay, there's also, but then here's other things too. Oh. Okay, so you can get small universal ammo packs. Gives you the same type of stuff, but it gives you different DNA auto loot pills. I wonder if that's only like the one-time purchase. So, no, I don't know. I don't know how that works. Oh, it gives you auto loot pills versus skill pills. That makes a lot more sense. You get your HDNA, which I don't get HDNA with this starter pill, right? I get skill pills and I get HDNA. Okay, I don't know. And for whatever reason, you can buy a 300 pack of HDNA, which is kind of crazy. You can get PED. You can get pet names, a whole bunch at a time. Now I saw there was something here outside of this. Here it is. Okay, I found it. So you can get Entropia shirts, hoodies, and that type of stuff. And then they have this water bottle. Okay, guys, so I've made my other purchase. It was very confusing getting there. One was on the merch side of things. The other one was on the web store thing. So you can see here my 500 PED has been added to your PED card. It's not right, but I don't have any PED on my PED card. What is it talking about? I guess it's referring to the ammo as PED card or something, because I didn't do that today. I have no idea what it's talking about. I should have left those in. Never mind. Hold on. So, we're going to go ahead and get into this. As you can see, though, I've got my 500 PED, 5 million universal ammo. I'm going to go ahead and get into that. I'm going to be using my skill pills for a lot of this, and we're going to be getting that skill up, shall we say. Okay, guys, so I now have my skill pills, I now have my ammo, I now have these HDNAs, which are 12 of them, and I'm going to be entering this and doing the test. The test is how far would 500 PED, if you only had to worry about PED, to actually take you. I know how far 500 PED took me while having to buy ammo, buying gear, buying this and that. Now I'm interested to see what 500 PED does, how long it lasts. I guess it's forever in that environment, and we're going to go from there. Anyways, guys, hope you guys like this video. If you want to see more like it, want to follow along, see actually how far this goes, hit the like and subscribe, the little bell notifications to keep up with that type of stuff. Normally this channel does educational content on this game in particular, and I talk a lot about where you find things, what things are, what certain areas are like, that type of stuff, and maybe some how to play as a free-to-play player, as I normally am, not doing this type of stuff. Anyways, guys, hope you guys like it. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye. Keep her in that.